class, we're working on our tentative thesis for the minimum wage essay because we're supposed to have a rough draft of it due on Monday.
Okay.
So we're basically working on this thesis. So I've just been thinking about like the ones we did last week with like
The brainstorming?
like in which way I want to go, like because if to make a thesis I have to figure out which one I want to do. You know?
Right, right.
So I did a little bit more research on it, on articles that I found online, and I don't know, like for me it's been really hard to like just choose one still, because there's just so much evidence on both sides of people that like you can argue both of them. But
can I ask you what's your personal take on it?
It's not like I try to get to Bethany to increase it. Like,
Okay, so maybe go more towards that side. There's just an overwhelming amount of information for that.
Okay. Yeah, it's really good with me just because I thought it would be right to write it.
Okay.
Yeah. We're just working on
So it can hear us.
the basis of the whole perspective. So if I'm going to go for increasing the minimum wage, and also as well, we've been working on counterpoint and point.
Counterpoints, okay.
Counterpoint and point, like things she like made us put together. A counterpoint was like, although minimum wage will increase to like $1.50, the economy will be getting $1 billion back, or just like like that.
So that's when the other side will come in handy. So all the work that you did for that side, you can just use for your counterpoint.
Yeah. So that's what I was thinking too, but I didn't know if she wanted us to use like a counterpoint as like a thesis, like as part of a thesis. Would that work, or would it just be like?
I would just stick with going for one side right now, and then that way it'll solidify your thesis because you're acknowledging the other side, but you're arguing your own stance.
Yeah. So, I don't know exactly how I start
Okay, so sorry, your tentative thesis or your rough draft is due next week?
Well, my tentative thesis is due on Friday as homework, and then my rough draft is due next Monday.
Okay.
For that whole essay.
Okay. So, did you want to, so how do you usually work? What's your process? Do you usually like to do the thesis in the beginning? Or do you kind of like to formulate your ideas and kind of get the outline of your ideas and then make the thesis from there?
Yeah, I kind of do that. Like, I've changed my thesis a lot.
Okay,
So when I write, like,
that.
I'll like write like the topic sometimes. So like, I'll basically just write the whole introduction, and then depending on like which way I was going, I focus like my thesis like at the end, kind of.
Okay.
But I have an idea of what I want to say before. So it's like a pre-thesis.
So it's like a working thesis, which is exactly what a thesis should be. So that's great. Do you want to recreate the bubble, or do you feel like you have pretty much set ideas that you want to work on?
I feel like maybe set ideas.
Did you want to explore more ideas?
Yeah.
Okay.
What I think I just wanted to like maybe open it a little bit, because so say like in my introduction I want to I'm going for the increasing the minimum wage. Would I specifically, well like not specifically, but like broaden the whole introduction?
Okay.
So like saying, increasing the minimum wage would do this, but or I don't know if I should say the counterpoint yet, or like, you know what I mean?
Okay, so we'll talk that through and we'll get there. So for right now, I'm just going to make a little agenda just so we can try to get to everything. How about the first 30 minutes we'll brainstorm for your rough draft, and then the remaining time we'll work on it. We'll try to formulate a thesis from your brainstorm. Okay? Does that sound good? Yeah. Great. So let's recreate the bubble. Do you want to possibly write up on the board the bubble you created so you can expand and formulate? Yeah.
What's the noun here that's interesting that you can think of a picture for, you know? You have to take a picture for something, right?
We're gonna do it on increasing the minimum wage. So should I do both?
But the thing is that
You could just do the increasing for right now.
how they create. Well, then you still have to do something. But I like what you're thinking. You're going with, you're using every person.
I thought it would stimulate the economy, so like there'd be more money going back into the economy, like flowing.
Okay, yeah. If you increase the minimum
So like
wage.
there's still a few.
Yeah, so
What should we do that? Yeah, and then which word are you using as your verb?
There's different pieces of chalk that are like
All of the things and organize it.
for the purposes of just kind of expanding it a little further, I'm gonna have you expand on this bubble. So make like little mini bubbles.
yeah, I would like and then
I see. Yeah, a little bit different.
Yeah, so how does it stimulate the economy by increasing consumption?
So,
What are you assuming?
assuming that like if they increase minimum wage, a lot of people are gonna they have the money, so they're gonna be spending more.
That's great. That's really, really good.
Like if this was
need to state those all to you. You know what I mean? Where you say the benefits outweigh the costs, right?
and then we grab all of these days.
I feel like it'll stimulate the economy too, because more people would be like, they would enjoy their job, so they would like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's nice to wear the better.
Like,
And so
people would wanna work more, I guess.
Work more? Okay,
Yeah.
that's great. Yeah.
So,
If they're getting paid more money, they might increase their hours.
and then combine we expanded it out and then combined.
how many bubbles should we use?
I think that's good for right now. Then go on maybe to the next one.
Yes, but that's all salaries are like, so like all factories are
Working class will get out of the poverty line.
Or like lower to
Oh, okay, so
like they would get out of the poverty line, so that could like branch out to like not using like the food stamps, relying on the EITC.
okay, yeah, awesome.
You have this weird vibe thrown by doing like half that's weird. And the way that we would put it in the
What are
active
some numbers that end?
would be to make Jimmy the subject. So,
What's another number?
Right, because it's just, it's one minority, even though there's a lot of people, they're within this one minority.
you have like that shape.
So, an A indicates.
So
That could also be a connector with the other point, right? It stimulates the economy because they'll be actually purchasing their own food.
As long as it's greater than
right?
zero.
So
a great connector.
This is also
They won't live paycheck by paycheck, so I feel like
Uh-huh.
since if they get out of poverty line, they will.
what would you like to do down there?
I don't know.
Can you think of anything from your readings?
Yeah.
Feel free to like explore your readings or anything like that.
Yeah.
I just remember that, like, there is one that said, like, when you are, like, a lower class and you struggle, like, paycheck by paycheck, like, you get stressed.
Yeah.
So they'll no longer be stressed, so their health would be better.
Okay. That's good. No, that's really good. I like that.
Yeah, that's.
Better health, maybe? Possibly?
Better health. Or what's that low class, I mean, not low, but like
Let's maybe
the
do
medical care that people get when they can't afford it.
I'm aware of his welfare.
Welfare, so.
I mean, I don't know if Medicaid is for older people, but I get what you're saying. Better health because they can take care of themselves better, right?
Yeah.
They can make better food choices.
Stress free.
Yeah.
I would just expand it to
What's the verb? So what you say? Walk.
Awesome.
When you have a singular subject, so it's one subject, the verb is the verb plus S.
Would this kind of relate to like reaching up to like the living wage, or like it would make living wage easier? Just because like say if you live in San Francisco, it's like really expensive, so people would have probably have a higher chance of getting out of the project.
Yeah, I think that would be, so where would you put that paragraph in relation to that, into the poverty
I
paragraph?
feel like it would be like after this, just like introduces it in a way.
Exactly.
So I can put it on
Something, yeah.
Meet up to the living wage. Should I say that?
So where we like, do the force and very back.
and then we would pull our.
Okay, what's the verb?
And you were right.
So like better education,
Better access possibly to education.
Running is called the gerund. Okay. Some people say there's something about gerunds in your class. The ing. Okay, so running is the gerund.
This is an N amount of
It is the
number,
verb.
so.
It's one verb. Does that?
my other point was like about welfare. It decreases welfare.
Yeah.
Because it reduces the poverty.
There you go.
So would that go to this one?
That could be another connector, right?
From like here, or like another like paragraph that I just talked about.
I think you can add it to the lower class.
The lower class.
Okay. So you find someone would want to run on your outside the
Okay, so this one, right? So let's see, right? So from my observation, once the multinational corporations establish their practices behind.
So what idea does that connect to?
The welfare?
Mm-hmm.
What does it connect to like
Yeah.
that one?
Yeah. So you want to draw an arrow to the poverty one?
Ideas in that sentence, right? Okay, so we have,
This would be like, just.
Like,
This one?
yeah.
establishing a country is a country, countries, right? And then, so this actually would have and then.
Just show it so it shows kind of how all your ideas kind of connect and lead into the other one.
Okay. I feel like
Yeah, so like finding what
jobs
what
would
subject
be
and verb.
available, or like unemployment, the one that we were talking about?
Right, isn't that a counter argument though? Right, because I believe unemployment was supposed to
Was supposed
increase.
Yeah, if they increase minimum wage, people say that the unemployment would increase.
Yeah.
But say if like
Combine.
if we go the opposite way, so if we do increase minimum wage, that there might be a chance that it would rather do the opposite.
Do you have proof of that in any of your readings?
There was some readings that I did read that like countered that argument by saying that it would rather increase instead of decrease.
How about you? Okay, so why don't we use that point for a counter argument, a possible counter argument?
Should I make like a different bubble then? So like or should we add it to it?
Should we what?
Add it to it.
You can like make it go that way or something. Just leave your counter argument.
Yeah, so
But yeah, so I think argue what you're going to argue about unemployment decreasing, and then you can counter it with your counter argument about it not. If that makes sense.
unemployment
Okay, so the point with counter argument, you have to counter what you're arguing, right? So you can argue what you were just saying about unemployment,
but have
but and then the counter can be like but these readings suggest that unemployment will increase.
So should I? So unemployment should be in the paragraph.
Yeah, it can be.
Counter
Yeah,
it.
yeah, it can be its own paragraph.
Because that kind of relates to this.
Yeah, it all relates to each other. Yeah.
Like it would be like kind of like an introduction.
Yeah, we can worry about like where it goes a little later, maybe. So what about unemployment?
Unemployment will increase. I mean decrease.
Okay. All right, give me some more jobs. So do you have proof of that?
Well, like there's like this article that I read that talks about big business and how about like corporations recovered from the like 2009 or 2010 recession or whatever year that happened. They recovered from that and they're making like a large amount of profits.
Okay.
So with that profits, they're saying that they can pay people more money. It's like they're big corporations, like 100 people or more.
Okay.
So by paying more money to like these, there's like a bunch of other jobs too. So like it would create a larger span of jobs.
Does the article explicitly say that? No. Okay. So just because there's not much evidence to back it up, maybe we want to go another way. How about your other points? Do you have any other good ones?
Like supports income inequality.
Supports income inequality?
Yeah, like there's like a huge gap between the rich and the poor.
Okay.
Because they're like CEOs are getting more money.
Yeah, the eroding middle class, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You could do that. I think that'd be a good point.
Very close to
How would I say that?
Helps close the gap maybe between classes.
Saying, oh, he's upset because what I do.
helps close income inequality between classes. Okay, great. How does it do that?
Because like basically the rich won't keep getting like they would be paying their employees more money rather than them getting more money than what they already have.
Okay, so you're saying it's kind of like balancing out. Okay, great.
So like a balance between
You can just say balance between rich and poor right now. Awesome. Can you give me one more?
So let me ask you, so what is it, what is it? Why do you write it? I mean, yeah, let's,
Notice if math is more
yeah. It's kind of the main idea. So in your paper, do you want
or like this one, unemployment will decrease. Can I say that people would actually want to work more because they're getting paid more, or do you always say that?
I think you say that right here. Yeah.
Okay. So,
And that's fine if you can't think of anything right now. We can come back to that in a little bit. Do you have any other points? No? Okay, that's it. That's great. That's really good. Okay, so do you want to maybe start outlining what your rough draft might look like? Just so you get kind of like a roadmap of where to go. Now, have you ever outlined before?
yeah.
So what's your process like when you outline?
I like to put main points. I'll write down the introduction, what I want to say in it, and then the next paragraph, the center of that paragraph, center of that paragraph.
Okay, great.
Basically. So
Yeah,
I would say I was thinking evaluation, but.
and then the main point that I want to talk about that I can write there, and then the further body paragraph that will relate to each other.
Awesome. Okay. So these separate ones, like the square ones you did, those are going to be body paragraphs, right?
Yeah.
And so you can use all of them. You cannot do however you feel. Okay. And then we'll come up with the counter artist. I think the whole unemployment thing, we can use that as a counter for one of these.
Okay. Now, when we talk about counter, should I make a whole other paragraph for the counter? So should I one body paragraph would be about stimulating the economy by this, provide all the positives to it, and the next paragraph will be countering that?
It depends. Did your teacher give you a set way to do it, or what did she say?
I mean, here it just says she wants a history of the minimum wage, current economic situation, at least 4 paragraphs from 3 different sources. Use subordinates to acknowledge and opposing viewpoint to then forward with your own point.
Okay.
So use subordinators to acknowledge an opposing viewpoint and then move forward with it.
Okay, so you can do that in every paragraph.
Okay, so
For,
the same paragraph?
yeah, for a lot of the points you have. You can do it in the same paragraph and then just counter it right there.
So, I guess introduction, I would have to talk about the history of
Minimum wage? Yeah, that's great. Where do we see that, the history of minimum wage?
like in an article.
Yeah.
Well, like every article that I read, their intro provides a brief,
Exactly.
like
so.
a brief history about like how the minimum wage was before and like
Perfect.
So there's those articles, and then I would have to find like maybe like another article that explains the current economic situation, which would be a good introduction too.
Yeah.
And like, this is now our verbs, which is good, what's wrong.
That's good because you're starting with the history, because the introduction should be like a funnel, right?
Yeah.
Go from general to a little more specific.
Specific.
So that's great. So you're starting with the history and then you're narrowing it down to the current economy.
Yeah,
So you're, from what I can hear, you're saying like, that, you know, once there's one lawyer that actually understands,
okay.
provide more options
So
for
then,
the lawyers, or maybe contribute more money to the economy, like that kind of thing, okay. So the developing.
so like in my first body paragraph, I guess I would talk about like how increasing the minimum wage would stimulate the economy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's great.
There will be more.
I actually really like the order that you
Yeah, that's
did your
really
brainstorm. That was really
I
good.
feel like that would be a good order just because it all relates to each other.
Exactly, and you already made the connectors, right? So it's great. So you know that that point, the connector, should probably be where in the paragraph? Yeah, the first point. Perfect.
Whatever, they've got the stuff that she's gonna be.
Okay, so let's.
Let's start with something that's locally.
So we want to say that they are the design, right, and hiring into the economy.
Where are where is the first nouns that give us a picture?
Oh, sorry.
That's another piece of
Would this work for that?
Kind of uses the power.
Kind of separate
I
among.
mean, think of like us in a different situation, like.
Yeah, legal
One
law.
is trying to find the parts,
I mean,
this
it's
one
for
is
language.
trying to
And
understand.
beauty of the
third one
You're very,
Probably
you're
with their
very.
names
would be
Okay, so how about I give you an example?
Because of the time.
working class will get out of poverty line, and then I'll like introduce it by no longer relying on those ones.
Awesome.
When I saw my parents, I just realized, wow, it's way too many, the economy, I just realized that, wow, like, it's, you know, I think I might use that as
Possible, if you said. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Because what we're trying to say is basically.
I'm gonna give you a couple minutes to do this and I'll be back.
But like, this is.
So how could you write down?
But what if,
it's
I mean,
they would still be the
Which
same.
one do you want to choose?
especially with the negative parts.
But that's wrong, because now we know that it doesn't,
Yeah, sorry, like,
like, this would be a contradiction, that's not, it does not.
okay. Okay, that's good, good.
Like, we're dealing with this, we don't want to
With reflection.
as much.
Yeah, just at the bottom.
Okay, so lawyers is gonna be our.
We can't break it down.
Well,
What we can do is
So how would we create a sentence starting with lawyers?
if we have the, times, like, the 3, we can do 3 times 3. But what we can't expand, like,
Oh, yeah.
we can't decompose, it's called decomposition.
So what would the subject be?
This, like,
Yeah,
Or,
and like, with
Yeah.
the Western, and also,
What's the
I
number?
kind of have to say, but not on the single
Okay,
word.
so lawyers.
I mean, thankfully I didn't have,
Yeah, and I guess like,
but since
in the
it's more
theory,
really business, and also thankfully it wasn't,
2 times 2.
it's only business too, right? Immediate
Cause that's the whole bit of
So,
sentence.
to do that, where it's like,
So ordinary would stand
So like where we put the arrows like relating to each other, would you say like that would be like a good topic sentence for each paragraph? So say stimulating the economy by consumption, I write those 2 points, and then for the next paragraph I'll start off with the topic sentence of like no longer relying on food stamps because that relates back to the other one.
No, because your topic sentence needs to be about this, right? Because then that's inferring that you're going to be writing a whole paragraph on
I see.
that one. So I would just go there and then,
Relates.
yeah, just
So all we do is we can build out, that's all we do.
Also, financial boundaries.
So only when it's.
Yeah, so
yeah, because it's the awkward. Yeah, I can say, when it's supposed to say,
to the police 3, but after we show that
I
it's
really
true
work
for
with
3,
it and like,
it should be, we should be able to show that
kind of
it's
like
true
this such
at
a,
And then you need to add in like
3,
other elements to the
5,
sentence.
9.
Okay.
kind of like this weird, it's like this
Weird
social
thing.
case.
Why don't we look at, so only lines understanding the tax reform proposal.
Or do you have any other?
And yeah, and like that's kind of like terrible, like,
Ask away.
basically, it sounds like, and he's just,
So,
someone like,
You know,
is this
there,
the
okay,
same
let's read it
as
aloud.
Okay, now I have a good one.
yeah, which one?
So say lower class means up to living wage. So basically that relates to like they get a better education because they're in a better environment.
Okay.
So with better education, that leads up to better jobs. So that means all the fast food restaurants are going to be jobless, which creates more jobs for the economy.
Awesome. I love that point. That is awesome. That is a really, really good point.
Because legalese is.
So would that be like a separate, I don't know, a separate,
I think this,
So when we're using.
it could fit into the lower wage one.
so better access to higher education leads to better jobs?
All of us do, because I love that. You get conjugate verbs. So like,
Be more,
We are, for this particular, we are expanding collecting terms and that's.
so like, the big verb is confused
yeah,
here.
so be more open
Or
to
to use, but these in a form.
your,
And in
more
yours
than
and
that,
that's
like
at
to
least
think about it, right?
I should use.
So, I think both open and willing are fine, you could use either one,
So,
and if they still, it still makes sense. Okay. They're actively accepting full-time jobs.
Y'all.
it's just used
No,
to show that term.
Yeah, let me,
Okay, what I'm saying,
and
Came
say,
together.
the awkward part is the comma that
And if they're multiplied.
and then
it's a
it,
little, as a reader, it's hard to kind of follow it, right? But we can easily,
So
use this.
are you,
in the pie format that you have to do, you're familiar with pie, right? From 114.
At the end of the word.
I don't remember. Was it
Point,
the-
information, explanation.
Oh, yeah.
Pie paragraph.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, not a real pie, I wish. So where would these fall on that spectrum? The squared boxes.
Where would they fall? As in like,
So, use this, which,
okay, like.
Would this be P, I, or E? The point, information, or the explanation?
The point.
Yep. Yep.
In high school, I learned it like instead of pi, I learned TCE.
TCE.
And it reminds me of that. It's just like topic, like after it's like topic TC. So topic, context, evidence, commentary, and conclusion.
Oh, nice, for every paragraph.
Yeah, so every paragraph that I can have one. So like, that's what I thought that like that would be like the main point, kind of like the topic, just to introduce it, and then the other points would be like.
Exactly. Oh, that, I mean, for this
Oh yeah, I have
purpose, yeah, but same kind of purpose, right? It
Yeah.
all kind of fits together. So where would these bubbles fall under? What would these be?
So it's like, what is this point?
Information, that's like quotes and paraphrases. Paraphrases.
And then what's like
Explanation. So that's your analysis. This. You've already done that. So what do you have to find for your paragraphs? Oh no. Or evidence or information. Yeah.
Because the explanation would be like those points, right?
Yeah. And they can change. It's just going to be a rough draft, right? So they might change, just like your thesis. Okay?
That makes sense. So this the last one. This one is last.
Pencil one?
And then help.